Okay, welcome back to Sakura Spirit. So, anyway, let's go back to this. How many times am I going to have to say it? I am sorry. I froze, okay? I panicked. Your sword is stronger than my Naginata. What was I even going to accomplish by? That is unacceptable. I will reprimand. What are those creatures doing here? Elder-sama, this is highly unorthodox. She's highly unorthodox. Shh, Maiko-chan. These are our guests, Tsukino Dono. You shall treat them with the respect they deserve. Now take a seat and listen to their tale. That is in order. I understand, Elder-sama. First and foremost, let me express my gratitude for helping save this village. While Tsuku Dono's brave attempt to stop the spirit allowed us to prevent further damage, I feared that her fate would have been much worse had the spirit been allowed to continue its rampage. Therefore, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for saving Tsuku Dono and this village, Takahiro-kun, and you as well, Fox Spirits. No problem. Tsu-chan told us to do it. Besides, Sakura's a stupid-smelling meanie pants. We humbly accept your gratitude, Elder-sama. Narumi-chan, Tsuku Dono. Thank you, Maiko-chan. Machiko-san, you really helped us out there. You've got more guts than me. That girl had me terrified. Well, because they're gonna melt your clothes, of course. The slime girl. Have you not considered that they might be working together with that monster? And that this is all just a ruse to sneak into the village and steal what little resources we have left? The elder sighed before his gaze sharpened, his tone surprisingly stern in comparison to how he had just been talking. His voice was so harsh that both girls visibly flinched at the sound of it. Mio, you seem to be underestimating the power of these spirits. If those three had joined forces, there would possibly have been no village left to defend. The man sighed deeply, shaking his head before continuing. You should be grateful. We would not stand a chance if all spirits were to conspire against us. Do I need to remind you that we can barely stand our ground against even one of them? Elder-sama, you must understand, due to my situation, I simply cannot pretend to be friends with a spirit. Not after everything they have done to us, but, for now, I will at least remain silent on the matter. There is more at stake here than my personal feud. Know this, Fox Spirits. If I find either of you doing anything suspicious, I will personally find out whether my sword goes through you as ineffectively as it did that monster. Oh wow. There shall be no talk of such things within this house. Now, Takahiro-kun, you mentioned you wanted to tell us something. Could it be related to your younger companion's comment? I find it curious to hear her mention the name of an old spirit such as the Tsuyuri. Actually, what I'm about to tell is something I learned directly from her. You mean you met her in person? I nodded my head firmly. There's a reason behind this spirit's attitude towards humans, and doesn't it strike you as odd that there are only spirits in this particular area? It is true that there have been no spirit sightings outside of this region, but what does that have to do with us? That has something to do with this region, apparently. You see, the spirits here aren't from this world. You mean to say... Takahun, what are you saying? We are spirits, but surely we are still of this world. Oni-sama, what does that mean? The Tsuyuri told me you probably wouldn't remember because of how young you were when it happened. But spirits have a world of their own. Some accident caused both worlds to merge temporarily. Then, why aren't there more spirits around? The whole thing was apparently dealt with before it got out of hand, but a few spirits became trapped here. Machiko-san, Maiko-chan, and 4 other spirits were unfortunate enough to get stuck here. I think the Tsuyuri willingly came here to watch over them. You remember being with the Tsuyuri for a while, don't you? Ah, that's none of your business. Tsu-chan took care of us for a little while, but then she took us to the mansion and sort of just left us there. Now we can only visit her when she wants us to. What about these 4 other spirits? Even though she's a powerful spirit, the Tsuyuri has to follow certain rules. Because of that, she wasn't able to reach the other spirits. I don't know. I do not know what to say. I need a moment. Might I use another room to compose myself? I'll show you. I can take you somewhere and look after you. Make sure you don't do anything fiendish and all that. Come on, Machiko-san, this way. When Machiko and Narumi left the room, I sighed and turned my focus back onto the conversation. I don't know what they're going to do. Now, about the panty theft. Alright, they did seem rather adamant about getting their hands on those for some reason. What was the purpose of that? Surely those girls have undergarments of their own. It was a simple mistake. I needed maintenance silk for my spell. How was I supposed to know that it was something other than the silky things girls wear? It was all a misunderstanding. None of them knew that maiden silk is another term for a wedding sash. Innocent, huh? If they really thought that, they could have just used their own. Yeah, that's where you're wrong. Oni-sama and I don't have any. You two, I think we should move on to a different matter. Yeah, moving on. The Tsuyuri suggested that we find a way to help you guys out. If we can make you trust us, we figured that maybe you could make us the sash. But why would you need such an item? Silly man, I already told you. I need it for a spell. Maiko-chan, this guy isn't a magician. He doesn't know what you're talking about. Basically, Maiko-chan has been researching a spell that would allow her to travel to another realm. Why would she desire such a power? Imagine being stuck far away from this village. You don't have any way to return to your loved ones. To make matters worse, you're in a place you don't know, with beings unlike anything you have seen before. Now, let's say you had a power that would let you to go anywhere you want. Where would you go? Are you saying that? Yes, even if they weren't aware of it, they must have subconsciously felt they were different from you. They only wanted to go home. Kinda, I guess. I just wanted to cast a spell to see what would happen. Su-chan told me that if I ever felt like that, I should ask her first and go with it. So I did. And since she didn't warn me about anything, I figured it was just like any other spell. I think it's normal, Maiko-chan. Whether it's humans or spirits, everyone wants a place they can call their own. A place where they are accepted for who they are. Isn't that right, Elder-sama? But you accept me for who I am, don't you, Takani? I would certainly feel sad if everyone ended up rejecting me simply because of who I am. Surely not all spirits are good at heart, but perhaps we have been too quick in labeling them all evil. For a moment, I saw the elder's eyes wander sideways towards the room Narumi and Machiko had moved to, and his gaze softened. I don't know what those two are doing. Unfortunately, some of us have suffered quite a lot at the hands of spirits. It will take time for people to come to terms with those feelings, Takahiro-kun. Oh, it's a nice place. It's a little dining room thing. Meanwhile, in a room off to the side of the main room, the guard lieutenant was watching over the older fox spirit as she seemed to be in the grips of a minor panic attack. No, this can't be right. This can't be true. I'm from this world. This world. I belong here, don't I? Maybe you should sit down or lay back or something. I can get you a pillow if you like, or... No, you cannot possibly understand. You cannot know what it is like to have everything you knew your whole life just pulled out from under you completely. Actually, I do. What do you mean? It was a while ago now. I was still just a kid, maybe 5 years old. There was an incident involving those other spirits. I don't know exactly what happened, but there was a big fire, and my parents got trapped inside. They never made it out. So yeah, don't tell me I don't know what it's like to have your whole life torn apart. I'm sorry. I did not know. I couldn't have known. That almost makes it worse. You should know. You should know exactly what it did to me, how it made me feel. Pardon? I don't know what you were talking about, Narumi, was it? Narutan. What? That's what you used to call me, Chi-chan. You used to call me Narutan. We used to play together almost every day. That's how you should know. I was with you when the incident happened, and you don't even remember. I... The girl collapsed onto one knee, clutching her head. I remember. The village growing orange, a girl younger, resembling you. Why could I not remember this before? Machiko? My head hurts. I remember. I remember seeing you cry. You screamed for your parents and then you were calling out my name as I ran. I had to. The villagers, they wanted to catch us. All spirits. They didn't care that we had been playing by the river all day. I couldn't explain it. I had to run. I can't believe it. Narutan, I'm so sorry. The fox spirit reached out for the guard, who pulled back instinctively. As she did, the pain seemed to disappear, and Machiko looked more relieved than anything. No, not yet. I can't just forget about all that. It isn't that easy, but you did stand up to that slime creature, the one you call Sakura. You risked your life for Mio and for the village, and that's worth giving you a chance for. I can't promise a miracle though, cause she barely even listens to me, but I'll try to talk her down. She really isn't the cold, heartless captain everyone thinks she is. Thank you. Thank you for giving us a chance, Narutan. I promise, Maiko and I will do our best. Perhaps you could tell me more about the incident? I'd rather not. It isn't a happy story, but if you do me a favor, I might be more willing to tell you more. I want to get stronger. I couldn't do anything earlier today. I couldn't protect anyone. I don't have the brains for magic or anything like that, but that Takahiro guy knows some pretty flashy moves. If you get him to teach me some, I'll tell you about what happened. Deal, Chi-chan? I am not too sure. That seems just a bit of an unfair deal on my part. Perhaps you could sweeten it for me just a little? Perhaps the charmer, huh? Alright, how about this? I'll tell you something about when we were younger, like when we used to play together in the woods near the village. There's a little stream there that we used to fish in. Sometimes you would sneak into the village with me, and we played pranks on the shop owners, knocking on doors and running away. Silly old stuff. Silly kid stuff. It's like Ding Dong Ditch all over again, but in the village. I remember I used to do that. You'd even show me your magic, your illusion abilities, but you said you didn't like doing it all that much because it made Maiko cry. That's right. When Maiko saw me transform for the first time, she got so scared she ran away and nearly hurt herself. How could I possibly have forgotten that? Narutan, thank you for telling me that. I swear, I will get Takakun to help you. Thank you. The girl stepped forward once again, this time wrapping her arms around the surprised guard, who did not pull back. As the two women hugged each other tightly, the fox spirit began trembling. Hey, come now. We should probably get back to the others. They're probably wondering where we've gone. Forgive me for my absence, I must admit. I did not expect such revelations, Takakun. Have you explained the situation? Yeah, I think they get it now. But it's probably going to take a while for the villagers to accept you. I do believe it will be in everyone's best interest to see the true nature of the fox spirits. While I can't promise that friendships will be forged today, let it be known that from now on, the fox spirits are welcome to our village and will receive the same respect as any guest should. Thank you, Elder Sama. My sister and I are very grateful for your hospitality. However, the laws of this village shall apply to you three as well. Takahiro-kun, I believe it will be in your best interest to learn more about the village. Tsukudono, Naruto-chan, I leave him in your care. And try not to put him back in that cell, you two. She's really tempted to. You've got it, Oji-sama. We'll do our best. What about Maiko-chan and Machiko-san? I would like them to stay here for the time being. We need to discuss what to do, should the other spirits choose to return. Elder Sama, I would like to stay with you for that conversation. It is my duty to protect the village and those within it from any perceived danger. This includes you. I also believe it would serve me well to hear this firsthand. Of course, I expected nothing. Tsuka Dono. Normi-chan, how about you take Takahiro-kun for a walk? And do not think that this is a date, young man. You are going to need more than that show earlier to earn the right to date my granddaughter. Wait, what? I wasn't even... How does that even do with anything? Oh well. The man laughed heartily as I blushed, smiling weakly. At least I wouldn't end up cuffed and brought to a jail cell this time. Maybe it would even turn out to be a pleasant experience. Hopefully. It didn't. Even the elements seemed to be working against the village today. Barely a minute into the walk, the skies let loose and we were both soaked through within seconds. Letting out a yelp, Narumi grabbed my hand and pulled me towards the nearest shelter. Oh, ew. A rainfall this suddenly, that's just typical. Today just went from bad to worse. I don't know why she doesn't like the rain, but oh well. Heh, I thought it would take more than a bit of rain to douse your warrior spirit. Puh, warrior spirit. Yeah, I really had that by the bucketful today, didn't I? You sound different from the last time we met. I was practically expecting you to shout, "Ha! If you want to stop the great Narumi, you better up your atom, Mother Nature. Send me a tsunami, an earthquake, or a tornado my way and you might just stand a chance." Yeah, well, that was before I realized what a weak, cowardly person I am. It wouldn't take all that to stop me. I'm not that great. I'm just a girl who's trying to impress someone. It just takes a drizzle to stop me. I frowned for a moment, trying to think of how to respond. It looked like her inability to stop the slime growth from causing havoc had led Narumi to feel like she had failed somehow. It was then I recalled a certain scenario and decided to act. Excuse me. And... oh man. Of course I get allergies. Decided to act. I swiftly grabbed a hold of Narumi's shoulder while my other arm wrapped around her own, almost as though I was about to comfort her. I had decided to use a judo technique, pretending to be the hero of some manga. Preparing himself for a secret technique, I shouted proudly. "What? Hey, stop! The Surigami Goshi!" That move. Holy shit. Having practiced judo since I was a kid, I easily spun the girl over my shoulder and onto her back in the rainy grass. My eyes were sharp as they looked down at her, repeating the words I remembered from a certain manga. "If you let one loss break your spirit, you're not suited for the life of a warrior. The stronger the people around you, the more you should improve. That doesn't mean anything. You took me by surprise is all. You looked like you were going to kiss me, and then you tossed me on my back. I wasn't planning to kiss you, and now I forgot my heroic speech. Get up and grab your weapon, Normi. If words won't cheer you up, then let's talk like warriors do, through battle. Wait here." The woman pushed herself upwards and barged past me, stomping into a nearby building. Only now did I recognize it as the building I had been held in the day before. I waited under the wind slats of the shelter as the rain continued. A few moments later I heard a loud thud, and through the doors, Narumi burst. Oh my. In her hands she held a naginata, similar to the one she had used previously, but with a different blade. In a moment before her attack landed, I noticed that it wasn't nearly as sharp as it should have been. Gah! It took everything I had to raise my arms in time and grab a hold of the shaft of the weapon before the attack crushed my body. Pushing her weapon aside, I darted forwards. Pushing my hand forcefully against her chest, I attempted to open her up for a second attack. That's it! You're not some weak-willed girl who's going to lose her fighting spirit that easily. Shut up! You don't even know what's going on. I'm going to beat the snot out of you, and that'll make me feel better. Oh, that's easy. Good fight words there. That's just great. Didn't you forget one of the most important things in a fight? The woman gritted her teeth and lunged towards me again. A wild, angry strike that woman would have ridiculously easy to dodge had she not been so fast. Even though I was faster, the whoosh that shot past me made it clear she was not pulling her punches. I don't care, it's not important. I couldn't do it. I got scared. I let everyone down. And that's why you failed as a warrior. I can read every emotion behind your attacks. You're angry at yourself for being unable to stop that spirit, right? Disappointed at yourself for lacking the courage to face them. But you're not some lone hero who has to do everything by herself. I quickly pushed her naginata upwards, a quick slide of my body, nearly knocking the weapon out of her hands. I quickly raised a hand to flick her forehead before stepping backwards. Did anyone tell you that you had to fight that spirit on your own? Did you forget that you have friends out there that would give their lives to help you? A hero who fights alone is a hero who dies early. It's why both you and the tsundere tyrant weren't able to defeat that spirit. The tsundere angry woman, I don't know. How am I supposed to fight by her side when she's so much better than I can ever hope to be? How can I stand a chance against spirits when I'm just a girl with a sharp stick? Mio lost her sword, but she never lost her resolve. I lost mine as soon as things became dangerous. I'm worthless. The woman snarled as her forehead was flicked, and she quickly lunged forward again, lashing out with her spare hand, aiming for my temple. Why did my desktop refresh again? Oh well. Hopefully he doesn't screw up. Aiming for my temple. Let's see here. I ducked, slid back, and narrowly dodged this one. Oh. Let me see here. Aiming for my temple. Yeah, I already read that. I ducked, slid back, and narrowly dodged the swing of her naginata. I'd noticed this change in her stance, which seems to allow a closer range attacking style. The only limits we have are those we impose upon ourselves. If she's better than you, you just need to keep improving. Even I have things I want to overcome. That's the thing about martial arts. Why haven't you tried talking to her about this? Because I can't. I can't talk to her. I just need to be strong. She does it without relying on anyone, without bending or yielding. I can't do it. I can't be like her. Is that really how it is? Maybe you just don't know what the source of her strength is, but in your case, it's just a matter of finding your resolve. Well, that's the problem. I don't have any. I'm just a dumb little girl who needs to be saved all the time. Come on, stop talking like that. Don't you have something you want to protect at all costs? Nothing at all? Not your family, your friends, your village? You just turn up for the paycheck and tell them thanks? You're right, there's nothing. I lost everything. The woman's next attack caught me by surprise. She flung her weapon towards me at full strength, hitting my arm, and causing me to flinch. As she turned away from me, she slipped on the wet grass. Before I had a chance to react, she scrambled to her feet and suddenly took off towards the forest. Huh. Welp, so that's weird. Alright, let's go and save here. Alright, I'll end it here for now, so next part, let's continue reading more of this. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one.